Hi, welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be explaining to you how sometimes the doubt that we have can become a lesson that we learn from. Now, what do I mean by that? Is we're having a mission we want to accomplish, we have a vision of something, but we don't quite trust that vision just yet because of accumulated thoughts of doubts that we have had, we have experienced, and we don't truly trust that. And a way to go about this is having to weigh down the things that matter to you and the things that maybe it needs a little bit of improvisation, right? And I know from experience too that when we're in doubt, when we're having a lot of ideas coming through us, a lot of things we want to accomplish, but we have this underlying fear of what it feels like to follow that path, because we either haven't trusted or we feel like we need more experience in that path in order for us to feel confident. But let me tell you this, for us to feel confident in something, you need to do it in consistency. You need to do it, find an opportunity to do it, and being consistent with it. This by no means trying to tell you that it's easy, nor that it's difficult. It's just you have to clear out the path that you're walking on. Clear out all the dust, all the things that are on your way to that path to then see it more clearly. And I personally have done that in my life where I had so much tasks, or let's say so many bubbles floating around me, and I'm not sure which one to pick first and start from. Which one do I need to pop first? And in order to pass that point, you need to be understanding first what it is that you want to do with it. Once you pop that bubble, once you pop that balloon, what is your next step towards it? I can give you an example of two things, of two people going about it like this in this situation. First person who was popping that bubble or that balloon might pop it, and that balloon represents again a challenge, something that you cannot move past. You're expecting it to move away from you, but you're not learning and not seeing the lessons that come from it. That person will pop that balloon, and let's call him Matt. He would pop that balloon and he would think that, oh great, well, I don't think that there's anything I need to get out of that. Like, the bubble is empty, or there's nothing I can experience from it. And that mindset of that person is whatever. Like, I just wanted to move away, not really seeing what's actually causing him and the side effects of it, or things that he can learn from it. So he would move on his life, still holding to some of the things that bubble or that balloon carried. It's popped, but it's not like it's not going to follow him further. On the other side, this guy, Matthew, I don't know why I said Matthew, but let's just call him that. He decides to move that balloon, right? And he's kind of trying to read the room, and he's trying to see it. He ended up popping the balloon. When he pops the balloon, he sees the lessons that come from it. He sees all that glitter, maybe things that were in it, and it's all like moving around the air. He looks at it. He sees all the things that balloon was carrying, that bubble was carrying. He actually goes in it and he sees everything. Once those things fall down to the ground, he analyzes every bit of him, every single thing that was in that balloon. He tries to ask, like, what can I take from this? What is this? What is this presenting? What is this trying to show me? When did it start? Maybe the different experience, and maybe how he's having like some memory. His memory is coming back. Maybe he's having some realizations coming through. So do you see how both of them looked at this situation differently? Now, this is just an example to give you a little bit of context, a little bit of imagery, so that you could imagine and put yourself there. So for both of them, in order to look at both of them, it's not coming from, we're not looking at it as like judging which one is better. Is it Matthew or is it Matt? We're not trying to see who's better here, but we're trying to see the perspective of how people take things. It's either this way or that way. So think of it, or put it in a life scenario where you are in something, where you're having two different thoughts, two different doubts, maybe opinions about something. Two scenarios, right? Let's put it this way, two scenarios, and you're like, I'm not sure which to pick. And there might be more than two scenarios, but more likely it's having to pick one or the other. So two options. In that picking, in that moment where you're deciding, choose to look at it. This one and this one. If I take this path or this route, what is it going to cost me? And what am I going to miss out? Same thing with the other scenario. I'm going to pick this side. What is this trying to show me? And what am I missing out by choosing this option? Because there's more likely two chances that will happen. What you'll get, what you'll lose. So there's always a lose and a win in something. For example, when you get into a relationship, by being with this person, you might maybe have to sacrifice on other things by spending time, maybe less time for yourself or less time for somebody else. So you choose to be with your partner. Or a different scenario of maybe you have to choose a path where you can't spend so much time with your friends because you're having time for your career and your purpose and things that matter to you. So what do you sacrifice? Spending time with people to then be able to be present and fully there with your career. It's taking two things and weighing them out and putting it realistically, putting it on the table and seeing which path is really going to benefit me. Is it this or this? If it's this, what are some things I'm expecting? Just listing out maybe list out about 5 to 10 things that you'll get out from them, or you benefit from being when you're sitting in one of those situations. Now, maybe I'm seeming a little bit complicated here, but overall, it's when we can look at both things, put it together in front of us, and there is like a sort of a collaboration of those two things, weighing them down and seeing how you collaborate with one of the two choices. If you're sitting with this choice, maybe Matthew's choice, coming in together, marinating the things, the challenges with yourself, and what can this help you with when you grow, or in your growth journey, for example, right? I like to give analogies like that. I think they're called analogies, if I'm not wrong. Being descriptive so that you can remember this next time you're having to decide something. I personally have times in my life where I have to pick one. And I'm a person who's very indecisive. If you were to put like a dress and a shirt, I'm like, I want both. Let's get both. And looking at my bill, I'm like, I should have just picked the dress or the shirt because that was more cheaper and that would just do the cost of maybe I was attending an event or something. I could wear a shirt. Why would I have to wear a dress? So it's seeing the end of the decision, seeing where that decision, where that choice is going to lead me. Is it going to lead me to a path of, oh, gosh, I'm so grateful I decided this and I cannot be more thankful? Or you're going to feel the opposite of it, of I just messed up. I feel like I would have just went with the other choice, but then I was thinking of this and this person and the judgment and whatever, and I decided this and now I feel miserable. So you see how things lay out, how both of them causes a difference or indifference in your way of thinking or processing. Now, I'm not an expert, like I'm not a psychologist or therapist, any of that, but from the books I've read, videos I've watched, podcasts I've listened to, experience I had in my own life, it has caused me to shape my thoughts that way. And sometimes I need a reminder to myself that if I'm deciding, I need to put myself in a realistic scenario. It's not like, oh, this is like the far end, the best thing, the best scenario ever. This is like the worst case scenario. No. In between two choices, you need to be realistic about the two things. Whether you're deciding this for whatever reason you have, or you're going to the other choice where for whatever reason you have that you're deciding that. It's remembering to come back to your values and what you're deciding that, or what you're making that choice from, which place you're making that choice from. Are you making that choice from fear, from judgment, from past experiences, maybe your own beliefs, or are you making a choice from a very loving, accepting, abundant, powerful place? There's a difference between the two. And if you're having a question of what if you had more than two choices, then what are you going to do about this? Having more than two choices can exist and is possible, but it's the elimination of the other two. Let's say you had 4 choices or 5 choices you have to, which I don't think, I'm not sure. Like, I haven't seen people who are like, I have like 10 choices to pick from. I don't know. It's like saying like there's chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, raspberry, Oreo ice cream, and I can't choose. It's like you would first start to eliminate. You're like, oh, I actually don't like Oreo, so no Oreo ice cream. I don't like raspberries. I don't like lemon, or like I don't like sour ice cream. You scrape it off. What am I left with? Strawberries. I actually don't like any fruit ice cream, so I just eliminate that. Maybe I'm left with vanilla, chocolate, and maybe coffee. I don't feel like I want to do coffee right now just because of, the time of the day, and I don't want to be awake, or I'm not feeling it. You're left with chocolate and vanilla. Maybe you're like, I ate vanilla that day and I kind of got bored of it, so let me just decide on a chocolate today. You just choose chocolate. I know that's a very silly example to put out there. You cannot compare ice cream flavors with life situations, deathful or whatever situations. But this is just to kind of show you a little bit of what it sounds or look like when you're given so many choices, but when you're eliminating, when you're practicing elimination, that's when you're like, great, now I went from 10 choices to having 3 choices. Awesome, I can choose right now. So it's weighing out, seeing the facts, seeing what it is that you truly want in that moment, what it is that you want to decide, what is going to help you. Not choosing something and being like, oh, that regret. Everybody hates being like in that place of regret. So yeah, this video and this message for you is to remember who you are, remember your values, remember what you stand by, remember who you truly are without the skills, without the experience, without beliefs. Can you remember to be rather than what I have and what I am doing? What I am being, what I am, instead of what I'm doing, what I'm capable of. This means that you're actually stepping back and you're looking into who you are as a person without all these things, without all these accomplishments, without all these degrees. Now, degrees are great, certificates are great, experience and knowledge is power. But if you can't use those to empower you, to get you somewhere, then they're useless. As I'm saying this, I do have challenges in my life where I'm stepping back and I'm watching myself as I'm stepping back. I'm like, who am I choosing to be right now by stepping back? Who am I embodying? Is it from my fearful place? Or is it that maybe it's not the right time? So you get to distinguish what is yours and what is not. What is within your control, what is not. And the way to decide is to make a decision. Be conscious about it. I can go on and on about this. That's like past almost 60 minutes and I'm still rambling. But hey, I just wanted to share this. And I know that there are so many people who resonate with this. That's why I'm sharing it and being very vocal about it. I've had times where people didn't show up at my workshop, didn't have people who are responding. And I was quite embarrassed to say that or to share it because I'm like, who's going to watch you? But when I look back, I'm like, great. If it was a person who was watching this later on, great. But this is to really show you the clarity and the patience that comes when you are patient with yourself. Wait, what did I say? Let me reword it. I think I messed up here. It's your patience. It's your patience with yourself that gets you to a place where you are patient with others. Yes. You see, those failures are not going to hold you back. They're going to empower you. They're going to give you courage to move forward. Now, I don't even know if I'm going to post this video, but let's say that I did. All I'm doing is, it's not me. I think back in the days, I would think that I'm exposing myself too much, or like, hey, look at me, I'm recording my room. Who's going to come up? Who's going to sign up? Or who's going to show? Or who's going to watch this? But I'm here to tell you that the moment you start believing in yourself, you're going to attract people who believe in themselves and you. In fact, I do have a sticky note here that says, believe it to see it. And I have many more of these. And I look at them every single day to remind myself who I am. Not who I need to become. Not who people want me to be. But who I am. And who I am in my being. I really hope this lands to you. And if you're listening to this, I appreciate you for listening, for tuning in, and for choosing yourself to grow and to evolve. As much as I believe in myself, I believe in change, and I believe in someone's capacity and ability to come out from a place of apathy and feeling good about life and themselves again. Because I once was there, but I'm not there anymore. That's why I do what I do, and I teach people to do the same. With that being said, let me know in the comments what you think, and since I'm saying this, I think I'm posting it so vulnerably. It's not edited, it's not even, look at me, like I'm not even wearing anything fancy or looking fancy. I'm just like in my normal homeware. But what matters to me is I can provide and I can give value in any form. If you guys don't know, I have my own podcast. If you want to tune in, I will be linking it in the comment section below. I do post episodes every Tuesday and Friday now. So I've been really consistent, and I look forward to seeing you all there, and just your feedback and what you think about this really helps, or just even maybe even if it was a negative feedback, I'll take it. I think it gives me a clarity to see what people are in need of, how I can maybe improve on myself, and what it is that you want to hear more of. Or let me know what is it that you're struggling with when you're coming down to making a choice. Why is it so hard? Or what have you tried and that didn't work? With that being said, I will catch you guys all later. Maybe in another video. Who knows? But catch you guys later. Bye now.